You play a kick-ass woman on the show, and such a great time for women in television right now. Who are some of your other favorite female kick-ass characters on TV?
I mean, this year I loved watching Jessica Jones. I thought Kristen was incredible and so dynamic and complicated and layered.
Well, I mean, I love me some Sydney Bristow. I mean, she was the original from Alias. I mean, Walking Dead's probably my favorite show, and so Maggie and Carol from that show. I love Arya from Game of Thrones. Like, come on, there's so many good ones.
Oh, Sarah Paulson on American Crime Story. Like, I just got the chills. She is so solid and grounded and real, and it's so painful to watch her story, but she is leading that show with such grace.
Playing a character based on a comic book character, is that a different process in stepping into that role than you would take that in as an original character?
Yeah, a lot of pressure actually. Like, I mean, I was when I first got the project, I was like, I'm gonna get fired. This is horrible. I suck. And because you're trying to live up to something that's been around for 75 years, and like you don't want to upset people because they have their ideas of who this person is, but at the same time you're like, sorry man, like I am that guy, so I gotta just be comfortable doing this. So it's weird. It's almost like you don't want to be yourself at first, and then you're like, well, no, I have to. And then like so it's an interesting dynamic, really.
What's it like balancing the tones of this show as opposed to Arrow and The Flash? Is there a different process, would you say?
The process isn't so much different. It's just the kind of the characters tell us sort of what the tone kind of needs to be, and that allows for it. And then this weird kind of alchemy happens just with that production of that show, that even you can be in the same city shooting the same show on the same network, and they air 1 hour after the other, and they could come out totally different. And I can't always explain kind of why that happens. It's just sort of part of it is the DNA of the characters, part of it is the people that are making the show. And then you try and move as confidently in that direction as possible.
It's really, it's like a cook in the kitchen. You definitely have all the ingredients. We have these tremendous actors that are both gifted comedically and dramatically, and then we have, stunts and visual effects, and so it's just sort of making the right ingredients and mixing it up and seeing what cooks up. But definitely there's episodes that are much more lighthearted. I would say the Flash episode is a little more to that, but there's some amazing emotional stuff coming up that's really compelling.
Who do you think has more fun in general, heroes or villains?
Interesting.
Well, every villain is the hero of his own story, so I would think it's probably equal.
Oh gosh, probably the villains. I mean, heroes, inevitably have the weight of the world on their shoulders. So it's nice when they have fun. It's always great when you're running those teams. People are experimenting with their powers and enjoying themselves, but they have a bigger responsibility.
I've never gotten to play a villain, so I would say heroes for now, but maybe villains.
Villains. Oh yeah. As an actor, I'm sure it's villains for sure, but also like in life, villains are always smiling. You notice that? Heroes are like, I'm gonna save this, and here the villain's like, ha ha ha, I'm gonna kill everybody. So like they're having a great time. Yeah, thank you. Yeah.